What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here, back with another live Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today you can subscribe/follow on Twitter. Before we get started, if you can, please show some shady love to that like button right below this video. Seriously, your support means so much on these videos. Plus, leave a like if you like the new thumbnail layout. I know the original one we had yesterday, you guys were, some of you loved it, some of you didn't. I went back with the artist Dina, and we kind of just rehashed it, combined the old thumbnail with the new thumbnail, and that's what you see today and on yesterday's video. Now we updated it though. So let us know if you like it, let her know, let me know, because we love to bring things that she likes. So today we're battling Djuro. His Twitter link is in the description below, and we're just having a random match. This is not themed for our week of RU. I did not get the time to build an RU team just yet, so we're just having a mixed tier match, good old mixed, and I'm going to show you guys what I have. You guys can place your bets in the comment section below. You let me know who you think is going to be the MVP of today's match. We have Tongues, the Mega Banette, Leprechaun, Veronica, Soft Body, David, and TikTok. So the only big problem I have here is that I have two psychic types, and I just really wanted to use Reuniclus, and I really wanted to use David. So I just, you know what, we're just gonna have to work around it. We're just gonna have to work around it and deal with it. So we actually have a really terrible dark weakness, but we do have the Scrafty to take any dark hits that we may need to be taken, because he resists dark ×4. That's why I felt comfortable doing that. I don't really know. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take a picture of my opponent's team. Oh my goodness, this is going to be not easy. This is going to be tough. He's got Arcanine, Salamence, Porygon Z, Nidoking, Gastrodon, and Breloom. So I really got to watch out for that Breloom. I really do. I wasn't going to open up with Veronica, but now that I'm looking at my opponent's team, I just might open up Veronica. It's either I open up Veronica or open up Leprechaun. One of the two. Let's open up with Leprechaun, because you know what? No one expects a Leprechaun to come through. And even if my opponent opens up with that Breloom who's just hiding in the back and goes for a Spore, you know what? It's fine. I got the Lum, and I can get a Zen Headbutt off. That's right. This Scrafty, this is a new Scrafty, although it's pretty much exactly the same as my old Scrafty, except now it has Zen Headbutt instead of Ice Punch, which is fine, because what is a dragon? What is a Salamence? I could take a Salamence on any day of the week. A knockoff is enough to take care of a Salamence. So I forfeited the Ice Punch so that I could have something to hit poison types, because I always seem to have trouble. Is it poison types that I have trouble with? I think so. I'm gonna say poison types. I usually always have trouble with poison types. And psychic offensive moves are super underrated in my opinion. If I set up one D-Dance and Headbutt's gonna flinch, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be a good time! So I'm gonna go in. By the way, prefacing this, my parents are watching the Jets game, so you may randomly hear adults screaming in the background of the TV. They may be rejoicing, they may be angry. We're New Yorkers. I'm sorry, we're Italian New Yorkers, so just ask your parents if you don't understand what Italian New Yorkers are like. So my opponent's opening it with Rambo, which is the Breloom. I'm going to intimidate this thing, which is great. It's fantastic. And I don't want to go for a D-Dance, because this thing probably has the Focus Sash regardless. So we're just going to go straight up for a Zen Headbutt. If my opponent wants to switch out into like the physically defensive Arcanine, go for it. Go for it. But I'm not taking the risk. I did predict the Breloom lead, and I want to run with that. That being said, I could have opened up Veronica and just went for a Compound Eyes Hurricane, but then it would live, it would set up, it would be just nasty. It would be nasty. My nose is getting extremely stuffed right now. I'm recording this on Sunday. Goes for the Spore, gonna land, obviously it is Spore. He does have speed, which really makes me a sad panda. And then I am going to eat my Lum nice and early, which is okay, because it's good that now I can take knockoffs even better than before. And Zen Headbutt is not even going to be, oh, it's a 2-hit KO, but it's really not that great. So the question is there anyone else I'd rather have asleep right now? That's the question. Is there anyone I would rather have asleep? Wishing I had D-Dance now, by the way. I'm very much wishing. My Leprechaun has Intimidate and not Shed Skin. You know what? It'll still be somewhat useful if it's asleep, so we're going to go ahead and let it fall asleep. We're going to go for another Zen Headbutt. And I'm sure my opponent's just going to go for a Spore. I'd be surprised. Oh, he's going to withdraw. Never mind. Going on to Tankanine, which is going to be the Arcanine going to get the Intimidate off. And I'm sure I have the Rocky Helmet. I'm sure that it'll have the Rocky Helmet. Just by the way I brought it in. Yep, we're going to take Rocky Helmet damage. And I'm going to have to switch out right now into my David, because I got type advantage. And if he goes for the close combat, at least David resists it. David can take it. Doesn't have, obviously, the highest regular defense, but has enough to take it. Plus, goes for Will-O-Wisp. I don't want Leprechaun burned. Leprechaun does not want to be burned. Leprechaun realistically wants to set up a D-Dance and have some fun. Wants to just... I miss Moxie Scrafty. I gotta bring up Moxie Scrafty soon. I really do miss it. I really, really do. By the way, this was just a mixed battle. Bring whatever you want, so don't worry about the fact my opponent has 2 OU Pokemon. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. My opponent's actually gonna switch out. Goes back out into Rambo. That was dangerous. I guess knowing that I might just want to go for a knockoff. But I'm gonna go out into David, and that puts my opponent in an extremely good position. Extremely, extremely good. Now, this is really scary. Because I can come in and intimidate, but if he has the Focus Punch, or he has Drain Punch. I'm probably going to go for a Drain Punch here, I feel like. I could go into Muck because Muck resists both. And I may Poison. You know what? Let's go out into Muck. Let's go out into Muck because I may Poison if he goes for an attack. Unless he goes for Bullet Seed, then there's no contact and I won't get a Poison. But I will resist it and I'll eat it out. If he goes for a Spore, goes for the Bullet Seed, wanting me to predict the Spore. I see you, big dog. I see you, little Rufus. Bullet Seed is hopefully only going to hit twice. Nope, it's going to hit at least 3 times. Can we get a 4th? Do we have 4? Do we have 4 on the field? We have 4. He's going to go for 3. He's going to go for the Gentleman in 3. So we get the 3. Soft Body's going to recover thanks to that Black Sludge. And now I'm in a pretty good position. I'm going to go ahead and assume my opponent might just go for the Spore. He may also go out into the Arcanine. Either way, let's go for the Poison Jab. He's going to withdraw. I'm guessing the Arcanine is coming back out. Tankanine it is. Almost wanted to play off that prediction, but at the same time, I did not. I did not. So we're going to get a Poison Jab off. It is not going to do too much. There's more. Oh, we get the Poison on the Poison Touch. Has double the chance of Poison because I got the % from Poison Jab and then the % from Poison Touch. So as I'm gaining HP, my opponent will be losing it. I'm assuming that a Will-O-Wisp. I really feel like a Will-O-Wisp is going to happen. So I'm going to go out into my TikTok. Ooh, I went for the move fast. Either Will-O-Wisp or Morning Sun because you chose that move very fast, my friend. There's the Will-O-Wisp. Go out into the TikTok. Able to not take any damage from it thanks to the Magic Guard. And honestly, at this point, something's dying. My opponent's into Tankanine. He's not going to have offensive investment. He can do a lot of damage with Flare Blitz. But I'm almost tempted to set up the Trick Room. Looking at my opponent's team. Oh, and just see how much damage this Reuniclus can really do. Because unfortunately, I carry the Psyshock and not the Psychic. You know what? Let's set up the Trick Room. Let's set up the Trick Room. He's going to go for the Morning Sun to get his HP back. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I'm not okay with having Psyshock when this is clearly a defensive Arcanine. But, however, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm okay. I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Psyshock it up. Let's Psyshock it up right now. Psyshock it up right now. Right meow. Right meow. 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 See what he goes into. He can't go into Nidoking, can't go into Breloom. I'm just going to get a Psyshock off. He might just Morning Sun to stall. This is a Life Orb Psyshock stab. Goes for the Flamethrower instead. Thankfully, I should be able to take that relatively well. Nothing crazy. And this Arcanine is going to go down here if my opponent does not switch out. And there's really nothing else on my opponent's team that wants to take a Psyshock. Here's my issue. I don't know what hidden power I have on this thing. I want to say hidden power Grass. Or I want to say hidden power Fighting. No, because I have Focus Blast. Wouldn't be hidden power Fighting. I kind of hope it's hidden power Grass thanks to that Gastrodon. I kind of hope it's hidden power Grass thanks to the Gastrodon. In fact, my opponent might switch out into that Gastrodon right now because he could probably take a Psyshock, physically defensive Gastrodon if it is physically defensive. But it's probably specially considering the Arcanine is here. Either way, pretty bulky. And he will be able to get a recover off under the Trick Room because I think that Gastrodon is actually slower than my TikTok. However, my opponent just decides to let Arcanine go down to... I love just teching a random Trick Room. Like, that's all this is, just a random Trick Room to put my opponent in a bad spot. Bring it in on the Willow, set up a Trick Room. My whole team, it doesn't look like a Trick Room team, but I mean, Banette's pretty slow. And Reuniclus is base 45 speed. I think. And I want to thank you guys for letting me know, because I keep thinking that Fairy resists Ghost, but it doesn't. My opponent's going to bring out the Porygon Z and download, get the attack boost. Not that it matters. I'm going to go for the Focus Blast here. If I land this, that's probably a dead Porygon Z. And getting that thing out of the way right now would be huge. It would be huge. Let's see. Come on, swirly eyes. What do those eyes look like? Bullseye. I would name my Porygon Z Bullseye. In fact, I will make one and name it Bullseye. And he shall be my steed. A little small for a steed. Yeah, what's in the size anyway? You know, what's the big deal? My opponent does not want... He's not taking this game lightly. Not taking this game lightly. Lightly? Lightly. I land the Focus Blast. You're not living that. It's Life Orb. You're dead. Gone! That is huge. Getting that threat out of the way, because if that was a Choice Scarf Porygon Z, I'm grateful. But then there's also a chance that Nidoking was the Choice Scarf. The dimensions have still not returned to normal. Reuniclus' power. Goes out into Salamence. That is interesting. Because I'm gonna leave TikTok in here. I want TikTok to do as much damage as fast as possible. Even if you have an Moxie Salamence, I don't care. I want to go for the Side Shock. I know I doubt my HP is HP Ice. I really do. So I don't want to go for it and risk it, because I feel like it's grass. Goes for the D-Claw as he lives the Side Shock with just about 15-20%. I'm going to eat that up, but the Twisted Dimensions are going to return to normal. Now I don't have... I'm going to go into the Scrafty because I do have the Intimidate. I have the Intimidate, and I also feel comfortable. I know I can take it. I'm bulky. I'm a bulky Scrafty. Not really an offensive set, despite the Dragon Dancing Lumberry. Gonna Intimidate and bring this attack down, which means this Dragon Claw should do relatively nothing. And the only reason I save that... Ooh, it did more than I wanted it to. The only reason why I do that switch and I save that is because I think that I can bait out my opponent's Breloom right now. I'm gonna go for the Zen Headbutt, baiting out the Breloom. Because he might predict a knockoff, because that is the move that will kill Salamence. Whereas I don't know if Zen Headbutt will. However, if that Breloom does come out like I want it to, I will get the Zen Headbutt off. Scrafty pulling up his pants, ready to go. Ready to go! Like I said, I just saved that Reuniclus just for Death Fodder, because it doesn't outspeed anything in my opponent's team, except maybe the Gastrodon. Although I do not know if it actually does. It's going to withdraw. Are we going to see the Breloom like I predicted? We are not. We're going to see the Gastrodon instead. Huh. I did not expect that. I didn't. And I want to get rid of those leftovers as soon as possible, so we're going to go for knockoff. We're going to go for knockoff right now. You okay? Shady Lady's over there playing some Smash. Yeah. Gonna get a knockoff off just to get rid of that recovery in the leftovers as my opponent goes for the Scald, fishing for a burn. Got his Super Rod out. Will he catch it? No. Alright, so he's gonna go for a recovery here. I don't think I have any grass type moves. Wait, hold on, Veronica. Nope. Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, Hurricane. You are not Brian. You are not who I want you to be. Huh. I don't really know how I'm gonna kill this thing. I don't have anyone that gives Toxic. I might just have to set up and try to do a lot of damage. I'm gonna Dragon Dance right now. I just have to try to set up and do a lot of damage, because I feel like he's gonna recover right here, so there's no reason for me to go for a Drain Punch just yet. I feel as though there's no reason to do that. There's the recover. What are you laughing at? Hello, family. Woohoo! Alright. Do I Drain Punch now? Let's Drain Punch now. Let's force another recover. Let's do it. Drain Punch is stab. I'm +1. That's 35%. I won't be angry about that. Put your Super Rod away. If you get this burn, then everything's ruined. If you get this burn, everything's ruined. Yes. Alright, sweet. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go for another Dragon Dance. I think he's gonna predict a Drain Punch and go for a recover. So let's set up this second Dragon Dance. Ooh, he's gonna withdraw. Nope, that's it. I think I got it. I think I got it right there. Because the Nidoking's gonna come out. And I'm at +2. So even though there's a slight chance I won't outspeed, I'm thinking for the most part that I will. And this Zen Headbutt should KO the Nidoking. I really expected my opponent there to go for the recover, but switching out, it provides the same effect. Either way, I got a free D-Dance off, and Leprechaun is probably just going to take this game for us and make it the green. Make it the green. It's the shiny. It's crafty. I gotta get my hands on a non-Leprechaun. I like Leprechaun and everything with the green scarf. It's really cool. Fashionista, fantastic, but I miss regular Scrafty. I miss Hoodlum. Hoodlum Scrafty! I wish I could do that accent. The Shrek accent, even though Callum doesn't sound like that at all. I wish I could do it. I should practice. I'll have to listen to Nate. I'll have to have a full conversation with Nate. Nate wants the battle, and he'll just use that accent the whole time, and I'll just try to mimic everything he says. My opponent is, oh, he's gonna outspeed and get the Sludge Wave off. I am bulky, though. Can I take it? I take it because he's Choice Scarf, get a Zen Headbutt off, and that should OHKO that. I should have just went for the knockoff. Was knockoff actually stronger? Knockoff goes to... No, actually I think Zen Headbutt's stronger. Yeah, Zen Headbutt is stronger. Well, that's what I get for having an offensive Scrafty. Knowing that he has to go for a Sludge Wave, I'm going to go out into Soft Body. Knowing that he has to go for the Sludge Wave, I'm going to go into Soft Body. And like, Shady, what are you doing? Death Fodder. And plus it has the Intimidate to stop that Salamence or Breloom. Either way, Intimidate Death Fodder is never bad Death Fodder. Soft Body will literally drink that. Drink it. Wow, that did 40? I did more than I wanted it to. It should just heal me, realistically. Alright, here, I think it's the moment of truth. I don't know who's coming in. Probably the Gastrodon. But I think either way, it's time for Muk to use Explosion. I don't care who comes in. I don't care. Bring in their Gastrodon. There it is. Now, can this kill Gastrodon? I doubt it. I'm not choice banded, but we're gonna make Muk explode all over the place. Polimage and Vegeta, and it is actually gonna take the Gastrodon out. So worth it. So worth it. Oh my gosh, what is Explosion's base power? My goodness. I gotta check right now. 250? That's incredible. Imagine Greninja with Protean Explosion. Woo! I mean, it has really bad physical attack, so imagine something with Protean Explosion. All right, let's see. We got rid of that Gastrodon, so his walls are gone. I should realistically... He has Breloom, Nidoking, and Salamence left. I feel like the Breloom's gonna come in because he's gonna want to set up. I'm gonna have my Scrafty in here then, because I'm gonna intimidate. 2/3 of his team is a physical attacker, so as long as he doesn't go into Nidoking, which he does, he makes the right play. Goes out into the Nidoking. And at this point, yes, it is indeed time to allow my Scrafty to die. Because this is the fodder of death that I've been waiting for. I mean, then again, I could have foddered off my Reuniclus. Probably the better move. However, it's too late. It's too late to change my move. Goes for the Flamethrower. Predicting possibly anything at this point. Regardless, my tongues should be able to... Oh, I could have gone into David. Let's see. I can go into David. And I could go for a Psyshock, and it would kill anyone. Or I could be super cheeky and go for the Thunder Wave, predicting the Salamence. I'm going to be super cheeky. Thunder Wave, predicting Salamence. Even if Breloom does come out, it's fine, because a paralyzed Breloom, hopefully Slowking can outspeed. Look at David. So simple. He leads such a simple lifestyle. He really does. Because there's no way this Nidoking is staying in with Flamethrower. I mean, if he does, kudos. Kudos for predicting that Thunder Wave. But Psyshock is going to hurt someone no matter what. And realistically, I'd rather go for the Thunder Wave because I know my opponent's switching out. Let's get a status off. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. And feel great when we outspeed a Breloom and follow up with a Psyshock to kill it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or outspeed a Salamence. One of the two. One of the two. One of the two. As long as that Salamence isn't Lum, because we have yet to see what item it is, although my opponent did switch out after doing Dragon Claws and not killing. So maybe he is Scarfed? No, his Nidoking is Scarfed. I doubt he's running two Scarfers, although perfectly, you can do it. You can do it. You definitely can. I'm not gonna stop you. Oh, he's gonna stay with the flamethrower as I go for the T-Wave. Wow, he just wants a safe switch in. Much respect for that. Much respect for that. I figured because it's his Scarfer, he would want to save it, but I guess not. So he's going to stick with that flamethrower now. Just fishing for burns. The Scald, he put the Super Rod down and he picked up the torch, but gets no burn. Gets no burn, and the Side Shock is going to take him out. At this point, there's no reason for me to delay the inevitable any longer. This game is not over because as long as Salamence is around, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. So I really did want to paralyze that Salamence. Although I do think my opponent is going to go out into the Breloom here and look for an opportunity to set up. There's Rambo the Breloom. And realistically, I do not need this David healthy. So we're going to go ahead. I could go out into my Reuniclus. A little bit too risky, though, because if he goes for the Bullet Seed and I lose Reuniclus for no reason, then again, I guess it really wouldn't matter. Because Reuniclus is death fodder. Yeah. But he is going to go for the Spore, which is fine. Put David to sleep. No big deal. I'm pretty positive he is just going to go for either a Bullet Seed. Maybe he's a Focus Punch. Spore Focus Punch Breloom. But he's probably going to go for a Bullet Seed here. Either way, let's go ahead and let's leave David as our sleep fodder, because it's better to have David asleep than someone else, because David's not offensive, and at this point in the game, we really just need to be offensive. We still have the Mega Banette we're sitting on as well, which can take care of the Salamence. As long as I get my Mega Evolution off, I will have the Prankster Destiny Bond, and there's nothing Salamence can do to avoid that death. Because I got 40 Destiny Bonds, I think. I'm ready to Destiny Bond till the sun goes down. It's no big deal. Rambo. Rambo, I feel like I see the name Rambo a lot for Breloom. I feel like I do. I feel like I do. I feel like I do. David, get back here. David, get your butt back here! David! David eats too much booty. Alright, so TikTok is going to come in as my opponent does go for the Bullet Seed, and that is going to take me out. I wouldn't be surprised if it was on the first hit. It's actually not, though. It's going to be on the second one, and TikTok goes down. Someone forgot to wind the clock, and just got to go. Just got to go. TikTok, because Trick Room, he affects speed, which is time, in my mind. So Veronica can't be put to sleep now. Veronica should be faster, so I should just be able to go for a free Hurricane here. Free Hurricane here. And it will hurt someone. It will hurt someone. It definitely. Let's see. I feel like he's trying to think if he should switch into Salamence. But what I would do if I were him, I mean, it's a close battle right now. It's 3-2. If I were him, I would probably go ahead and go for the Mach Punch, because most Vivians have the Focus Sash, which mine actually does. So I would go for the Mach Punch just to break the Sash. I'll let my Salamence come in. Up there's the Mach Punch. Goes for the Mach Punch just to break the Sash. And I'm going to go for a Hurricane. Fortunately for him, I didn't predict that and go for the Quiver Dance, although it really wouldn't matter in the end. Actually, probably would, because I would outspeed the Salamence. Thinking of all the right moves, but just a turn late this time around. Salamence is extremely low. Extremely low. Which means that my Banette can come through and most likely just Shadow Sneak. He's going to lock him. Well, I don't know if he's locked himself, but he's going for the Stone Edge. Going to hit and kill Veronica. We're going to see, is this a Moxie boost right here? This is a Moxie boost right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out into my Tongues. I do not have the Protect, and I never got the chance to Mega Evolve. So with that being said, we're going to Frisk and see the Lumberry, so he is not locked into anything. I do, however, have to go for the Shadow Sneak here, and I believe that Mega Banette, with its sky-high attack, should have no problem taking 15% away from a Salamence with a Shadow Sneak. At least I think. Oh, I totally forgot to mention this to you guys. It doesn't matter, actually. It's fine. You guys will see a Smash video about it. Shadow Sneak is going to take the Salamence out. It looked like just barely, and that is going to be a very close 2-0. That was a really awesome mixed battle. Thank you so much for that battle, Djuro. Like I said, your Twitter link is in the description. Thank you guys, the Shady people, for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe. I upload videos daily, and let me know what you think about this new thumbnail. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.